Sharpening your pencils in a correct way has direct effect on the result of your drawings. Hello everyone, my name is Kazem and welcome to my channel. In this video, I would like to share with you how I sharpen my pencils for different types of drawings. If you have followed my channel, you know I work with different types of pencils. Today I will show you how I sharpen my pastel pencils and the pencils which I use for my pencil and dry brush technique. Before starting, I would like to mention that sometimes I use also the normal pencil sharpeners which we buy from the market. For example, for the sketch drawing of my pencil and dry brush. But for many parts of the drawings, especially for pastel drawing, you need to shape the pencil points in a right way in order to work easier and more efficiently. For example, mixing the pastel colors on the paper, because most of times you don't find the exact color that you want in color set. So you need to draw the layers of the color on each other to reach to a new color. Or drawing the feather, hairs, whiskers, etc. And better to say, for some types of the pencils, we are hardly able to sharpen them with normal pencil sharpeners. For example, the core of the Stabilo pastel pencils are so soft that the tip of the pencil easily breaks while sharpening. The same problem happened to me while sharpening the point of the eraser pencils, which I use for the highlights in my pencil and dry brush technique. Because the material is rubber and very soft and elastic and completely different than the graphite or other pencil cores. First, I show you shortly the name of different parts of a pencil which I use during my explanation. This wooden part is called pencil color, and during sharpening, this area of the pencil and the point angle are important parts to keep our attention on. For the first step, we should remove the wooden body of the pencil around 3 to 4 centimeters from the tip of the pencil, which you need a sharp cutter knife for this purpose. I remove each time around 1 millimeter of the body while peeling off, and keep doing that again and again. If you remove thinner pieces at each time, it will help you to have a better point angle as the final result. Please note that we should not remove the color of the pencil too much. This wooden part is support of the pencil core, and if you chip off too much of that, there is a risk of breaking the lead during drawing or sanding with sandpaper, which I will explain in next step. So please do the process patiently in order to shape the right point angle while removing the wooden part. This pencil is an example of chipping off too much of the pencil color, which has the risk of breaking the lead when we put a bit pressure on it. As you know, there are some parts of the drawing which we need to put a bit more pressure on the pencil than other parts, like drawing the hairs or the whiskers. So in this photo, I try to show you an example of comparison between right and wrong shaped point angles. As the picture shows, the wooden part of the blue pencil is removed too much, which does not give constant line between the tip of the pencil and the body part. And my experience showed that most of times it will cause to break the pencil point easily. Now we go to the next step, which is sanding the pencil point. For this purpose, we need a sanding block. As you guys know, there are some artist sandpaper blocks in the market, which I also used in the past to sharpen my electric eraser point with. But we need something which firstly has larger surface area, which enables us to rub the whole pencil point on it. And secondly, we need a block with hard base without bending. So the base of the block would be hard enough in order to have a straight pencil point. Therefore, I built my own sanding block. It is on the one hand much more suitable for our application, and on the other hand we can say it is much more economical, because you can easily build your own sanding block by a piece of sandpaper, a wooden board and wood glue, and you can build a couple of them with different numbers for different purposes. I mean, if you have soft pencils, you can use fine sanding blocks and for harder pencils, you use coarse blocks. In the following, I show you shortly how I build my sanding blocks. Sandpapers have different numbers from coarse to fine called P grade. For my purpose, I find number 100, 150 or 180 okay, but I see sometimes a slightly difference between sandpapers with the same numbers from different brands. I would like to mention that here we talk about the sandpapers for wood surfaces, because we have sandpapers for other materials like stone or metal. You can find your ideal sandpaper for your pencils by trying them on different numbers, but I think number 150 or 180 is ideal for most of the pencils, not too coarse and not too fine. In this video I try to sanding on P100. I prepare most of my sanding blocks from sanding discs. They are much thicker than the normal sandpapers, which help not wearing down easily, and the cotton-like texture on the back side, which is designed to stick on the sanding pad of the Orbit sander, helps to stick much better on the board. Now our blocks are ready and we want to sand our pencils. We start sanding from one side of the pencil and after a bit of sanding, rotate it a bit and repeat the same process over and over. Don't put too much pressure and keep doing it slowly and patiently, otherwise there is a risk of breaking the pencil sharp point. This is the pencil which we removed too much wood from its color in the last step. We can see that because there is not enough support for the core while rubbing on the paper, it easily breaks while sharpening, which reminds us the importance of preparing right point angle shape before starting this step. I do the same process to prepare my graphite pencils or my eraser pencils. I also build sanding blocks to sharpen the point of my electric erasers. Now I would like to share with you another way of sanding my pencils, which is faster, easier and much more efficient. Especially, it is a very useful way in pastel drawing, which we are involved with many pencils and we like to focus on our artwork than putting too much time and energy to resharpen our pencils every single time. As a matter of fact, we always search to find a way to do our jobs faster and easier. Like for example in carpentry, which we use sanders for the woods than sanding with hands. Why we do that? Because it is faster, easier and the quality of the work is better. I came also to an idea to build a setup which does the sanding job for my pencils but with a machine instead of doing always with my hands. So this is the assembly which I have prepared for my sharpening purpose. Which of course if you like to build a similar one, it doesn't necessarily need to be completely the same as mine, or maybe you can even build something much better one. It is built from an enclosure with transparent walls built from acrylic sheets, which helps me to see inside the case easily. The front side is a sliding door which I am able to open and close it. Inside the case I have installed an Orbit sander upside down and fixed it with a metal vice clamp. I made sure that it is stable and doesn't fall or vibrates too much. because the vibration can have a direct effect on the sharpening quality. Therefore, I use the heavy enough clamp and put it on a soft sponge in order to damp the vibration. I would like to mention that you don't necessarily need to buy an expensive sander from the brands like Bosch or Milwaukee for this case, because we don't want to use them for special applications in a carpentry workshop. So you can buy a much cheaper sander which for this purpose does the same job very well. So let's sharpen a sample pencil to see how our assembly works. The sliding door helps me to bring my hand inside, and after closing, just a small space stays open. The case walls helps to keep the dust inside while sanding and don't let them to scatter around and make my room or studio dirty. And that's the result, a nice sharp pencil with a perfect point angle. As another example, I tried this method for different types of pencils like eraser pencils. I have a stock sanding disc number P150 for this video on the pad. While sharpening, you just need to turn the pencil slowly in opposite direction of the sander rotation. I mean, if the sander is rotating counterclockwise, you should rotate the pencil slowly clockwise. As you see, it is a perfect way to sharpen even for soft materials like rubber. After finishing your job, you can clean inside the case and remove all the dust by using a vacuum cleaner. These photos are some other examples of using Orbit sander during my past drawings. This method helped me a lot to sharpen almost all of the pencils which I need for a drawing before starting, and resharpen them very fast while working on my artwork. If you had any question regarding to this video, my art supplies or my art technique, you can write your comments in the comment section or email me via contact form of my website KazemFineArt.com. It would be a pleasure if I can help you. I would like to thank you for watching this video, and if this tutorial was helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe my channel, share this video, and hit the bell button to receive notifications about the future videos and tutorials. You can also visit my website KazemFineArt.com and subscribe the newsletter to receive the emails about the future videos. Then until next time, stay tuned. Bye!